Welcome to the Based Indonesian Talks. Today's episode, we have a special guest from the Indonesian Solidarity Party, my personal friend, Kevin Ibrahim Suryo.
Thank you for having me on the show, bro.
Yeah, so Kevin here today. He's a newbie in politics. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 32 now.
You're 32 now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kevin is 32 years old, and he has decided to dive into the world of politics in order to right wrong things such as apa namanya bahasa Inggrisnya pengolahan sampah tuh, trash management, garbage management.
Garbage management.
Yeah, garbage management.
Sanitary landfill.
Sanitary landfill. Yeah. Yeah, waste management. Yeah, so he is here to raise concerns about waste management in Indonesia. Kevin, you should really elaborate on that part. And don't forget to introduce yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. It's an honor and it's good to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my name is Kevin Ibrahim Suryo and I'm running for parliament, but it's in the province.
So it's provincial, yeah.
Yes, provincial
parliament.
So it's my area is Depok and Bekasi city.
Mm-hmm.
So why I'm running is because there's a lot of things that actually need to be done, like in the system, so like in the area as well. Can I explain myself why am I joining into politics first?
Yeah, sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, a bit of my background. Like, I'm actually new into politics, and I am in the spectrum of the young generation of millennials that feels pessimistic and apathetic when it comes to politics. Because at my time, when you see politics, you only see it in news, and it wasn't pleasant. Like every time you see the news about politics, people go in jail or corruption. So it's not actually pretty sexy in my generation. So like me and my friends, we rarely actually talk about politics. We stray away from that discussion or topics because we don't want to actually get in too deep in that matter. But then again, a few years back, like I saw my mother.
Yeah.
My mother, if any of the viewers know, it's Inang Irma Huta Barat. Like she's an activist and now she's running as well. So she's one of my inspiration to actually jump into politics because of her, I saw there's a lot of injustice happening like in the society. So, and then I saw what can I do to be like her. Like she's an activist, like she's been doing this her entire life and I'm new to it. And then PSI come around.
Yeah.
Like
PSI.
there's a lot of political party that say like they're anti-corruption, like intolerant, but they're not actually doing it that way. It's just like a value, but when it comes to practicality, like they don't actually do it. So I mean, in my generation, like we need like concrete proof. Like you say something, but you have to actually have some pilot or some proof, like in the field. So I think like PSI already done it. Like a lot of things that is happening in Jakarta, like William Sarana did.
Yeah,
like,
William Sarana.
Yeah, he opened like the case of the Lem Ibon.
Lem Ibon.
Yes. What he does is actually he opened the case like there's a lot of misconduct that is going on the how do you say it, anggaran in English?
Budget.
In the budget.
Yeah, in the
budgeting. Like you're supposed to be meticulous when it comes to budgeting.
Yeah,
so,
audit and all that.
Yeah, and that's what he did. So he opened up the case, put it in the media, so it becomes something. Like that kind of the budget, if people don't actually understand it or care about it, like it's just a slice of cake that people actually like, give away.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Without pointing hands to any government officials or politicians, but I feel like the Indonesian government and the politicians that are responsible for running these programs, they need to be a bit more meticulous with the budget, because sometimes people like to play around the budget. You know, oh yeah, we spent like what, the budget is 100 million, and we are projected to spend about 90 million, like 19 million, and then people actually spend, like the people who are responsible for the budgeting, and they end up spending like 80 million. So they keep the rest of the 10 million. We need to know where that money goes, because those money comes from the wallet of us taxpayers, the people of Indonesia. So there seems to be a need of accountability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Like the accountability and the transparency that he did actually moved me as well, because he's only 22 years old when.
Oh, he's 22 during the time.
During that time, yeah. I mean, if he can do it, like I probably can do it as well. Because sometimes I'm a bit reluctant to go to politics or even like running for parliament, because I felt like even if I did try and I'm in the system, is there anything that I can do? Do you get it? Because like I said, at my time, like it's not easy like to do something good within the system. Like a lot of people that is smarter than me and even like greater than me, like they prefer to go abroad, because like other countries are more appreciative of what they can do rather than their own country. So it's either you going with the flow. If you want to actually change something, it's very difficult for you to do so.
Yeah. I could see this like coming from like you were raised during the time when there was plenty of huge corruption cases, right? Exactly. You were around the age of like what? You were late teenagers to young adult during the late 2000s and the early 2010s, which was the peak of SBA's administration. Yeah. And if we flash back towards that period of time, we would find a lot of corruption cases that changed the perspective of a lot of millennials, that really shaped millennials' viewpoint regarding politics, from Hambalang, you know, and then the Andi Malarangeng, like that. It really, like, I can understand how that turns off a lot of millennials regarding politics. And like when they come and say, politics isn't that sexy, because in the end people always does corruption and like, it's okay for us to swear here, by the way.
All right. That's cool.
People do corruption and like, that's perfectly understandable. But what is commendable is the fact that you can look over above it all and still participate inside the system where all these people are complicit inside the crime, and you want to change it.
Because I felt like if you want to fix something, you gotta start with yourself first, right? Yeah. And then you gotta do it yourself. I mean, you can't expect people to actually fix shit for you.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if I have the opportunity and I have like the will to do so, why not try it? Like whether I'm gonna win the parliament or not, like win the election or not, but it's still a great experience for me, in my opinion. Because it's just, I didn't think I would gonna like running or politics in a sense. Yeah. Because like I said, like very pessimistic when it comes to politics. But when I actually do it and I'm running the campaign, and I felt
it's like you're giving towards the community that gave you. Yeah.
It's like it feels good to hear what they need.
Yeah.
What can we do? Even though we're not in the parliament yet, but there are a lot of people that is in pain, so to speak. Like. They are heartbroken because of what's happening in the system. Like if they need help, there's nobody that they can actually turn to. I mean, it's just sad because like all the people that is in parliament are there because of the constituent, right? But every time I went to the field, like the problem is always the same. Like I can't get a hold of my dewan gitu.
Yeah.
It's just sad in my opinion, because. It's like.
Oh, sorry to cut you off. What do you mean, like your dewan, your voters, or the party members that are underneath you?
Yeah, I mean the voters.
Oh, the voters. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Like, because they vote for him. Right?
Yeah.
So like, they're supposed to have like an ease communication way to the.
Wouldn't that be constituents?
Constituent.
Yeah.
Ya gue kebingung sih. To be honest.
I guess kayak karena in politics kayak banyak banget terms gitu.
Exactly,
There's so
man.
much terms that you really need to understand.
And there's
Yeah.
a lot of semantic terms,
Yeah,
you know.
so much semantics
Yeah.
gitu loh. Jadi kayak kadang tuh term-term ini tuh kayak it just goes under the rug gitu loh. Yeah, but you know, I guess it is constituents, and let's hope to God it's actually constituents.
Yeah, yeah, maybe we should Google it.
Yeah, we should
just
Google
to be just to
Nah,
be
can you help
sure.
us? Kayak dewan itu dalam
Inggris
bahasa
apa sih?
Inggris itu apa ya? Kayak the council gitu ya?
Yeah, the council.
The council ya?
Oh,
Yeah, the council. Yeah,
so it's the council.
yeah, it's the council.
So we both are wrong.
Yeah, we're both wrong, man.
So, yeah.
But it's okay, you know, it's first time.
Yeah.
It's always first time for everything, I guess.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like they can't actually get a hold of their counselor. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame because like they have the seat, the counselor have the seat because of the voters, right?
Yeah,
Because of the constituent.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that like the counselor does not actually remember or want to do something good, like for the constituent. I mean, it baffled me.
It baffles you.
Of course.
So, like, are you saying that people who want to be politicians, they don't want to do, they just, you know, kayak as what we know of politics, kayak janji-janji palsu gitu.
Well, if you're in the field,
Yeah.
there's a lot of, even when I do oration,
Uh-huh.
like a lot of people said, are you sure you're not only giving us like false promises?
Yeah.
Like even
I
though
see,
we're trying to
This is
actually do
interesting.
something good, like they still think that we're actually giving them empty promise.
Yeah.
It's difficult to actually make them understand that we're trying to do something good.
Yeah.
That we're doing it from our heart. But
Yeah.
but you know what? It's what happening like in the society. I mean, like I said before, like a lot of the constituent, a lot of the people in the society, they're already brokenhearted because of the counselor that they can actually get a hold of. For instance, like when they need help, like they can't actually call them. They don't have any direct communication to them. I mean, for me, it's like I said, it's sad because he or she won't be a counselor without the constituent, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, the job of a counselor is actually to help the constituent in that area,
Yeah.
like to actually improve the living quality of that area. I mean, the fact that the counselor does not do anything or even help, it's kind of an interesting concept because their job is actually to help
The people.
to actually listen to their aspiration. What do
Yeah.
they need?
Oh, yeah.
What is their problem?
Yeah.
And me as a counselor, I will help you in the means that I can.
Yeah.
With the program that I can actually give you,
Yeah.
and with the money that I got from the government and give it to the people.
Yeah.
So it's as simple as that.
Yeah, like from what I'm understanding here is that because of the fault of a select few people who happen to represent like a certain party or a certain group of people that wants to run and represent the people, but they don't end up doing it. It creates this sort of trust issue.
Yes, and
So-
it becomes a culture.
Yeah,
to be honest.
it's a symptom that people of Indonesia are becoming a low trust society.
Unfortunately, that's the stigma that we have in society.
Yeah, because like how could you blame the people? Plenty of times, like I won't say that all politicians are bad, you know. Well, I won't say that all politicians are bad. It's an unfair judgment for us to say that all politicians are bad. Politics is shady, but there are certainly some good people that comes out from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would not be fair at all to judge these these people in the same light as the people that have committed these acts of blatant treachery against the people. But at the same time, you couldn't really blame the people. The people, the herd of people, what they do, to simplify their problems, they generalize the politicians.
And they become more pragmatic.
They become more pragmatic, and that's why one politician is like this. They break the trust of the people, and then it ends up, affecting the rest as well. Oh my God, I hit my own mic. Yeah, I hit.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
how much time when I do oration, suddenly they come, sir, where's the envelope?
Oh man,
Where's the money?
Yeah, I
Like,
would.
It becomes like a bloody stigma that like the society, they just being so pragmatic. They just
Yeah,
want money up
yeah.
front. And for me, it's a surprise because
It's a huge surprise because
it's a
you're new.
surprise.
Yeah.
Exactly. Even
Yeah.
if I like already told them we're not like that, but they're still insisting to like. Still, are you
Yeah, yeah.
sure? If you don't have any money, why are you running?
Oh, so might I ask this question? Like, what happens if you don't give these people money?
Well, some people understand because every time I do oration, I educate them.
Yeah, you educate them.
Because like nowadays, like it's not actually a good idea to be pragmatic. I say, because let's say if you get the envelope or the money from the candidates, so to speak, and then you take it, and like what happened before, after you take it, you pick the person and they just disappear, they vanish.
They vanish.
Yeah.
So they just grab your money and just bail.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what happened in the field. And mind you, it's not. Can you imagine how much candidate in one area? Like there's a lot of.
Like, say
Here,
inside
right?
one party, there is like 15 parties, right? No. There is, how much parties are there in Indonesia? 18? The ones that are actually running for the
18,
constituents?
yes.
18, right? And 18 parties, and inside those 18 parties, there is approximately
Let's
15?
take average like 8.
8.
Average.
Eight constituents, right?
Yeah.
You
And
can
like-
imagine numerous of people trying to
Exactly.
run for office, yeah.
Yeah. And can you imagine how much envelope that they're trying to get
Oh
to
my
give?
god, yeah.
So yeah, I mean it's become like a lottery for the constituent as well because
Yeah.
they know they're gonna get a lot of money from it.
So, do you receive any sort of consequences if you deny them these envelopes that we obviously know what the contents are? What happens if you say no? Would they come to bite you back, or
Well, some bite back, some understand.
how exactly do they bite back?
Like I said, if you don't have money, why are you running?
Oh.
And then that's it. And
That's just
like
it?
like even like in the event, like she's just gonna have like a foul mood. It's like
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that is happening when you're actually do oration.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people will actually embrace you. Like they're warm, they welcome you.
Yeah.
And some part like they just like
Scoff you.
scoff you and like
Yeah.
just get it over with.
I guess that's like a major L. You know, it's a major turnoff for you to see people just scoffing you while you're trying to
Not
orate.
really. I mean, it's part of life. That's what I like about like doing this,
Yeah.
running, and that's why I didn't think that I would like politics this much
Mm-hmm.
because it's for me politics is for me it's like the art of negotiation.
Yeah, it's the art of negotiation.
Like even if people don't like you, how can you make them
like
actually
you,
like you?
agreeable. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, in life, you're not gonna get whatever you like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just need to actually do whatever that you need to get what you want
Yeah.
in the given situation. Let's say when I'm doing oration and there's a lot of people scoffing me, I'm just gonna smile at them and just make the best out of it
Yeah.
and try to actually change their mind.
Yes, and you mean
And
yeah.
that's actually pretty challenging and fun thing for me.
Yeah, it's a pretty
because
challenging
when you actually like talk and do oration and people like you, like it's a sense of euphoric.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
to actually convert them, like they don't like you at first and then they like you and they become like open-minded.
Yeah.
Now that's different.
Yeah.
Just hit differently.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, there's like a sort of I can imagine that there's a sort of glorious feeling
Yeah.
if you manage to change people's
Because
mind.
like when I do oration, like I said, we try to educate them as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when I do oration, I tell them, like even if I have good intention, I can't do much now.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have like a betterment in your area, you gotta pick somebody that you trust.
Mm-hmm.
Even in whatever I say now, because it's the campaign time, like everybody's running, right? So like all the candidates are like salesmen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They sell everything, but it's up to them if you want to trust the salesman or not.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Is this guy really trustworthy, or it's just full of shit? You know?
Yeah, man.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So I give it back to them.
Yeah.
I make them think like, do you really wanna have betterment in this area? Like, the decision and the power is within you guys. You don't want to choose, because the one that actually, the councillor that be in parliament, it's because of you guys. So it's up to you. Do you still want to have like this kind of stagnant happening in your area?
Yeah.
Or you want something better?
Yeah, you're trying to appeal to their sense of stagnant state of nggak ada yang berubah gitu.
Yes.
Nothing has changed, but things need to change.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like sometimes like people realize that their living conditions are and they absolutely don't want to do anything about it because
Exactly.
they can't really change. Like say they want you approach them with a plan to change, right? But then afterwards, like, oh, okay, you want to bring change? What can you bring? You're new, you don't have money. Like that's gonna be a huge challenge for you.
It is. It is.
But again, like politics is the art of fundamentally, it's the art of allocating values, right? And of course, like when you allocate those values, there are certain to be bad experience that comes out from it. And like I learned from what you said, like you realize that politics is but what inspired you is the fact that people inside politics who are way younger than you or people you look up to, they're able to make change and they're bold in their change. As a newbie, what is the most, let's say the most unpleasant experience you had so far in politics?
Don't be too naive.
Don't be too naive.
In politics.
So that's what you learned from what experience?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still green, right? Like I said, I'm new to politics, so everything is new to me. So I just run by whatever the people that I trust, like in my team. So I just listen to them, like because I thought that they know better.
They know better.
I thought because their experience already do this like since 2019. So they got all this grand scheme and all that stuff.
Grand scheme, yes.
I was like, that's cool.
Okay.
Like I'm new. Like I'll just follow whatever that you want me to do.
Yeah.
And that was stupid of me.
What happened?
Yeah, I got fooled.
You got fooled.
Yeah, I mean like time-wise, money-wise, and spiritual-wise.
Spiritual-wise? Yeah.
It's better to be safe than sorry,
Yeah.
But for me, I was too trustworthy, and that was my mistake. Lesson learned. I mean,
I see.
It was a good lesson, and I mean, it came from my own team, so the people I trust.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it was something that is difficult to swallow, to be honest.
Yeah. So basically, to my understanding, you there was somebody in your team that kind of wasted your time and backstabbed you,
so to speak. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And you've learned that you can't be too naive.
Exactly. I mean, there's nobody to blame but yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I always like what the Buddha said,
Yeah.
Nobody can hurt you without your permission. So that happened because, let it happen.
Yeah. It's a very strong mentality to have.
Well, if you know, like, Stoicism, I kind of use that philosophy, man.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with Stoicism. I'm very familiar with the writers like Marcus Aurelius, like that. Yeah. Well, what's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, rather than pointing fingers, it's easy to point fingers, right? It's better to actually introspect what did you do wrong? How can you react better?
Yeah.
Just control and just feel whatever that you feel. That you can't control what other people actually.
That is true. Because
do, right?
I guess there's a lesson that could be derived from this entire experience is that you would waste a lot of time blaming other people for their actions because you can necessarily control their actions. You can't necessarily control their actions. But one action that you can control is yourself.
Exactly.
Right? And if you keep on trying to point hands at people, you're going to waste a lot of time, waste a lot of energy, you're going to be obsessed over it. But the only thing that you can change is yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, Stoicism is a very interesting concept to have. I mean, I feel like not a lot of politicians I spoke to. Yes, in my real life job, I talk to a lot of politicians, but I'm not going to tell you guys what my real life job is. But yeah, they really don't show any propensity towards Stoicism. So it's quite interesting that you've read plenty about Stoicism.
Yeah. I felt when you jump into politics, you have to have like a good mentality,
Yeah.
Because it's easy to point fingers. Like I said, there's a lot of indication that it would happen to me, but I didn't trust my gut.
Yeah.
I just followed through. Okay, yeah, I'll just do whatever
Yeah,
you say
man.
because
Yeah, man.
it was so practical, because it was so easy.
Yeah.
So I just go through whatever that like the team want me to do.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
But it's there. The signs were there, but I didn't listen to it.
Yeah, you didn't notice the red flags.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
There's
didn't
a lot
see
of
the
red flags.
You ignored it.
But
yeah.
I was just let's just follow through.
Yeah, let's
and
just
see what
follow
happens.
through, yeah, and,
And that happened.
Yeah, you jumped over a cliff.
Exactly.
You jumped down a cliff, man. Yeah, man. But I guess like the way I see, like, this doesn't really set you back, you know.
Well, it was quite a shock for me.
Uh-huh.
It did set me back a couple of days. So of course, I'm only human, you know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Sometimes you just need to recuperate.
Yeah.
Like the goal.
Uh-huh.
What am I doing it for? Like, and then I realized, like, hey, this is just a small hiccup. It's just a small bump in the road. I mean,
I see.
things will get harder in the future, you know. Like what happened, like Bro William Sarana and even
Yeah.
Bro Anthony, like they got like physically abused and whatnot.
Who's bro Anthony?
Anthony Windsor.
Anthony Windsor, the glasses
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
The guy that likes to wear the nice suits.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that guy.
yes.
Yeah.
You do know his case, right? He was physically like assaulted.
Yeah, so that was his case.
It was his case.
Oh, who intimidated him?
Yeah. I'd rather not say, but like I said, to do something good within the system or within a political party, you have to have like a strong mentality.
Yeah.
Like small hiccup like that, if you are like cowered away, I mean, you're not cut for it, because things like that will happen in the future. It's just how we actually react to it.
Yeah, it's how you again, like, the problem falls back to how you actually react to the problem. Yeah.
I mean, the way I see it, like things that are happening in your life, you can see it as good things or bad things.
Yeah.
Either both, you can learn from it
Yeah.
and move forward. That's it.
I see. So, one question I've been very interested in, right? So, you obviously are related to Irma Hutabarat. She's your mom, right? She's your mom. Is that okay if we talk about this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. She's your mom. But you wanted to enter politics, and you choose the Indonesian Solidarity Party. So, what made you choose the Indonesian Solidarity Party? Is it because you've already had people inside the Indonesian Solidarity Party, or does the ideology or the goals of the Indonesian Solidarity Party aligns and relates to you?
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
Yeah, because of course the value needs to resonate with me of the political party, right? Like, I like their value. I like what they do, and they're not just spouting ideas. They're doing it. Like I said before, right? Like all the councillors that they have are actually doing their job. Not many political party can control their councillor, right? So, I think like political party is like a vehicle. Like when you're actually riding a good vehicle, like you will learn a lot from it. Like if you're not actually having like good vehicle, it's either you're gonna actually jump the boat or not, right? Or you become one of the engine.
Yeah, just one of the engines. Huh?
You get it, right?
Yeah, I
so
get it.
it's like that in PSI. I feel like it's different.
It's
like
different.
it's very there's no such thing as, how do you say it, hierarchy. You can talk to the chief right away. You can talk to everyone. Everybody can be a mentor, which is a good thing. I'm new. I mean, how am I supposed to understand a lot of stuff if I don't have like that kind of access? Like, how am I supposed to learn like in this span of time without any good mentor? Because I felt like without a good mentor, like you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of mentorship, let's have a little intermezzo, shall we? Out of three people in PSI, who do you like the most?
I like Grace Natalie.
Oh, you like Grace Natalie?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the reason?
Well, she's always on front when it comes to intolerate. She's always be in the front when it comes to those cases, and I think it's something that you should admire, because she's from a minority race. Even her religion is like she still stood up for it, which is it's something that I would commend. It's not something that you can actually do easily because you need to put yourself there, right? And it's not just what she said; it's what she did as well. She's there.
Who's the second person?
The second person, I would say, I like. Well, he's new. I like Akbar Faisal as well.
Akbar Faisal, isn't he the guy that has a podcast?
Yeah, he
He's
is.
actually part of PSI.
Well, in a sense, he is.
Is he a member?
He's a Bapilu, right? The
He's a
Bapilu of
Bapilu,
PSI.
yeah. Let's say he's a member of PSI. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well, he's the one who's actually introduced me to PSI.
Oh, I see. I see.
He's the guy that actually introduced me to the party. He's the one who's actually invited me.
Oh, okay. Who's the third person?
The third person, I would say, well, I would say I like, well, the third person I would say I would like, it's like, well, our new Ketum.
Oh, Kaisang. Okay. Because he's got the Riz.
Well, because I think he's giving us a new win.
Oh, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I feel like ever since I feel like when Kaisang sorry if I cut you off, but when Kaisang joined PSI, it's as if though you know, PSI, let's not sugarcoat here, right? But I think PSI was on life support. I'm not going to say it's because Giring. I think Giring does a great job as a ketum, as a chairman. But it's obvious that a lot of people didn't have a lot of PSI wasn't appealing to a lot of people, and people weren't that interested to PSI, right? And when Kaisang came, you know, it's a Kaisang effect. You know, I see numbers rising. You know, their electability numbers are rising above the roof. So I can understand why he's super appealing to you. Yeah.
And he's giving a new perspective as well. He's young, right?
Yeah, he's young.
Very young.
Yeah.
And, well, not to mention he's the son of the president, right?
Not to mention he's the son of the president.
So to speak, he must have a lot of political experience as well.
Yeah, he's got a lot of political experience. Yeah.
I think he is a good fit
Yeah,
to
he's a good
actually
fit.
lead.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much people say it, I mean, I think what he did to the party, it gives us new spirit. Because
Yeah.
that's what we need.
Yeah, man. It's the Art of War
Exactly.
page, whatever, I forgot. You kind of have to breathe a new soul to a dead, but I hit my mic again the third time. You kind of need to have you need to breathe new life into a corpse, pretty much. But yeah, man, the president's son, he's literally the prince, man. Obviously, things are gonna take you guys to the top. Yeah, I love that for you guys.
Hopefully.
Let's go back to the main topic at hand, right? So, PSI, what is it? Are you in PSI? Kayak jabatan lu tuh sebenarnya di PSI itu apa?
Well, now I was appointed to be like the director of environmental. So yeah.
Oh, so, what do you actually do as director of environment?
Well, every time there's an environmental event, I would actually be the one that is representing PSI and Gorbachev as well. He's the section of environmental and farming, right?
Oh man, Mikhail Gorbachev, the one from the Soviet Union.
Well, he does have the Russian name.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is so funny. Okay, this is off topic for a bit.
Sure.
This is so funny, but I don't know why, but you guys and your members, they have the weirdest name known to Indonesia.
Isn't it interesting?
It's super interesting. I swear to God, like I look at the billboards and the memes and shit, right? And we got like bro Israel Rante.
Have you seen the billboard that
Yeah.
the guy was so ripped?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Fergus Gotama. Yeah, I saw him.
He
I
was
saw him.
shirtless. Oh
He
my
is
God.
shirtless. I thought to myself like, oh my God, this guy is kidding, man. This guy, oh my God, this guy ini kayaknya Photoshop aja. So I checked the guy and he's actually fucking ripped.
I know, right?
Yeah, like.
He's gonna kick the corruption in the ass. He said.
He's gonna show him who's boss. He's gonna take
Exactly.
names, man. Gak ada yang berani intimidasi dia. Gila kali ya.
Look at my body.
Iya sih. Oh, look at my body, bro. He doesn't need to argue inside the parliament. All he does is just go
Exactly.
shirtless and be like,
Sort
"You guys are
dominance, you
lame."
know.
Yeah, he's like Plato. You know Plato?
Yeah.
The Greek guy. He's like, that's how he wins. That's how he wins arguments. He just like, you argue with me, and then I'm in the verge of losing. All I do is just.
Yeah, show him who's the
Shut
boss.
up. Yeah, like that, man. Show them who's boss, man. Yeah, whatever you say, whatever arguments you have, I have muscles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Muscle
might
over
makes right.
brains.
Yeah, pretty much, man. But it's so interesting. What do you think of those? Names like kayak kadang tuh juga kayak billboardnya. Sorry if I'm using Indonesian right now because I'm so baffled, right? Tapi kayak you obviously see my post on Instagram, right? Kayak banyak sekali nih baliho partaimu ini ya. Itu tuh lucu-lucu gitu loh. Terus nggak dikondisikan gitu atau gimana?
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about
Yeah.
our political party. You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want.
You want to
there.
do gimmick, do it.
Yeah, man.
You're like, what makes you happy? Just do it.
I see.
I'm not sure, but yeah, they can do whatever they want actually to actually appeal to their constituent, I suppose.
Yeah, man. Cause like it's so insane. In Bali, we have a cosplayer, man.
Exactly.
Ada anggota PSI jadi cosplayer. Anjir, gue bilang ini orang.
Isn't it
Yeah.
fun?
I mean, it
like
is fun.
politics is not actually pretty rigid now.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and it's reflected by the fact that a lot of kayak kebanyakan dari anak-anak muda kayak kita, like a lot of young people like us, we're starting to be in control of things. So like, and you know us, we play games, we fuck around, we do stuff gitu loh, we do the fun stuff gitu loh. And I think it reflects to our politics gitu loh. Jadinya jadi kita ya udah kayak main-main aja.
Yeah.
Ya benar-benar kalau kata what Kaisang said, politik santuy gembira santun.
Yeah, exactly.
Santun santuy gembira. What was it?
Ya, santun, sopan, dan gembira.
Oh, there you go. This is a true kader PSI right here, guys. A true kader PSI. But yeah, man. And what is your experience in the DPP kan?
Mhm.
What is your experience in the party central committee? Like, do you see the experience as fun, insightful, or perhaps maybe better off working somewhere else?
I think it's very insightful for me. That's why I said I didn't think I would like politics this much.
Yeah.
I can see this becoming my career in future.
Ah, I see.
Because I see what we do,
Uh huh.
and I like it.
Yeah.
Like I can see myself doing it, like in the future, and what is happening like in DPP, because I mean, like I said, I'm still like a baby when it comes into politics.
Yeah.
There's still a lot for me to learn, and there's a lot of mentors for me, like in the DPP. So I think it's a good opportunity for me to actually learn something more from them
Yeah.
while I can,
Yeah, man. Because like, when else are you gonna meet like these politicians?
Yeah, but the thing is, when I'm campaigning, I rarely
Meet
there.
these people.
Exactly, because I'm probably in my dapil.
Ah, I see. But usually you would meet these people in kampanye akbars, right?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just high and by basis.
Oh, hi and bye. I see. But if you're given the time to meet them, what do you want? Like, you probably, as a newbie in politics, you probably have like a question that is racing through your mind, right? Kayak pasti tuh, you have like going into the frying pan. There is a question that that races through your mind, that you want to see it answered, but you can never find it answered. What do you want to ask these people?
Well, actually, there's a lot. but thankfully sometimes if I can meet them, there's always my mother, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I mean, she's always there if I need some answer,
Yeah.
like urgently.
Yeah.
Because she's always a phone call away.
Yeah, I guess
so to
so.
speak, if she's not actually busy.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't think there are like a big question that I actually want to get answered to, because things in politics, even if people tell you theoretically, for instance, it's so different when it comes to the field, because you just need to actually be reactive, impromptu, to actually handle the situation, because things are never as it seems when it comes to politics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
From my experience, like sometimes when you're talking like to the mentors or political elites, whatever you want to call it, it's different when you're actually going down in the field. The how do you say it? How you treat the people, how you actually deal with them, like they're not gonna actually tell you how, bits by bits.
It's a sink and swim.
Exactly. You just need to do it yourself. You gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta actually like you try yourself and roll with it, because like they always told me, if you're into politics, you'll know it. That's what they say to me, and I was like, what do you mean? Oh, at that time, I don't understand. What do you mean? That you'll know it.
Everybody likes to be fucking cryptic, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they be like, you will know it. You will soon get it, man. Do you think this is a fucking movie?
Exactly. I didn't understand at first.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
I'm here like getting guidance from you, and that's all you can give me. And then I realized like it's never black and white.
Yeah, it's never black and white.
I mean, that's what I like about it.
Oh, you like the mystery, you like the intrigue.
I mean, like it's just so dynamic.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's so dynamic, and you just need to actually go with the flow. You can't have like that when you just fuck it.
Yeah, man.
You just need to be present and like control the situation.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I guess like when it comes to these sorts of situations, experience is the best teacher.
Exactly.
Truly the words you should live by in politics. But gee, man, I wish my mom was a politician too. I wish she was a big name. I don't. I wish I have your relation. I wish I have your relationship with your mom, man. It's like your mom is a politician, right? And she's Irma Huta Barat. She was like, I asked my grandma who Irma Huta Barat was, because I keep hearing her name everywhere, right? And she was like, oh damn, her? Oh man, she was like the talk of the town back then. And what do you mean talk of the town? Well, every time she wears a dress, like people ask each other like, whoa, what's she wearing? She's wearing Prada. Oh, she's wearing Gucci, man. And I asked her, okay, what does she? Oh, she was like the proto Mata Najwa. And I was like, oh, okay, Irma Huta Barat, right? But yeah, man, like, how does it feel to live with with such an esteemed figure in Indonesian media activism and politics?
Now I understand why my childhood is like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I'm into politics now.
Yeah,
you get it?
Yeah.
Because she's more to the people than to her family.
I see.
So yeah, I mean, like she has the heart for it. At that time, I didn't understand like, why you're helping these people.
Yeah, why are you helping these
exactly.
people?
We didn't understand back then.
Yeah,
but now, like, now I understand why you do what you do. Because it takes passion and takes integrity and commitment and mentality to do what she does.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I understand. I appreciate it now.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess back then, like, I had the same experience regarding, my dad and everybody else around me, adults, right? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this, man? And I guess it's the fact that back then we were immature and we couldn't really understand, how we're supposed to see the world. We couldn't really see the bigger picture of things,
And our generation is more spoiled than what
more
they are.
spoiled. That's right. And then once we age up, we become mature. We start to understand why the world actually works like this. So I guess that's a realization that a lot of people would inevitably come to, and yours just comes in form in getting into politics and understanding that this is fun. But speaking about you getting into politics, what is your like program? What do you want to give to the people? Like what is it that you propose to the people? Like a few days ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I interviewed Marsha Siagian, right? She is your colleague inside the DPP. She's also a personal friend of mine. She wanted to socialize the need for climate change and renewable energy to the people, right? And of course, she's gonna have some challenges from it because those topics are not really topics that are, that don't really relate to the common people of Indonesia. It's only relatable to a select few. What about you? What about your programs?
I understand her point of view, though.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you are in the field, and there are some areas that they don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
because it's too sophisticated.
Yeah, it's way too sophisticated.
Renewable energy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I understand it, and I dig it.
Yeah.
Like I'm an environmentalist as well. But
Yeah.
when I socialize my program, it's more simplified because it's more targeted. Because I know my area. Like, for instance, one of my program is in Depok and Bekasi. It's flooded. And one reason that it's flooded, like the water reservoir, like they turned into like houses, housing. Like
the reservoirs turned into housing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're not supposed to be able to produce or develop a land there, like to build a house compound, because when they do, like when it rains, where will the water go? It's that simple, dulu. It's just I explain them. It's simplified. Like you need something to actually absorb the water. But if the water reservoir that it's there gone, where do you think the water will go? To the streets and to the houses, right?
Yeah.
And usually, like in the slum area, the slum area will actually get the impact first.
Yeah, obviously.
Because they don't have like any good facilities, like the sewage. I mean, shit. I went there,
it's
done that, and I went there. I did like this socializing event. Like it was raining for 30 minutes, and suddenly the water was in ankle deep.
Ankle deep.
Yeah. In an hour, it's knee deep.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the sewage.
Yeah, not many people understand the implication of climate change. I mean, for people that understand it, like the impact of climate change is very significant. For instance, when it rains, usually it rains for 3 hours, and the volume water it's that big. But now the same volume of water rain in an hour.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
So there's like the container is not going to be enough.
Yeah.
With the water reservoir that you actually eliminate, so flood will come. So it's as simple as that. My program is to actually not giving any policy like any green lights on the like housing development in the water reservoir.
I see.
Because it's dangerous, and we need more greenery and water reservoir than housing, in my opinion, because enough is enough. I mean, people are having problems with water. Like I was socializing in the summer, they were complaining about, well, I'm not having enough water like in the soil, so they can actually get water from soil. They need to go like to the public facilities to actually get water, because dried up, there's no rain, global warming, there's no tree to actually retain the water inside of the soil. And when it comes to now, like rainy season, it's flooded. I mean, hydrology, it's always our problems. It's either drought, no water, or it's flooded.
So much water.
So it's very complex if you think about it.
Yeah, it's very complex.
Very complex.
But what are the obstacles of you to socialize this or to probably, like, maybe not to implement this policy because obviously you're not yet elected, right? But what are the obstacles in socializing this to the people?
There's no obstacle actually.
There's no obstacle, so
They're
it's
actually agreed.
they actually agree.
Like, for instance, like in the city of Bekasi, I told them, okay, well, there's a lot of swamp, right, in Bekasi. Even the name of the area, there's a lot of swamp area in front, Rawa, kan?
Yeah.
And where's the swamp now? It's that simple.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, that's true. We agree.
Yeah.
We don't want any more flood, but what
Yeah.
can we do?
Do they just agree because that's because it's easier that way, or they agree because they
Because they
understand
understand.
completely? I see.
It's a good feeling if they know what I'm saying, to be honest.
Yeah.
And
Because like sometimes like when you bring out like a problem to the general public, right? Sometimes like you kind of hope they understand what you're
and they
talking
can
about.
relate, because if
Yeah,
not,
they can
it would be
relate.
like you need to explain it like in details. If not, it's a good feeling that they understand what I'm
I
talking
see.
about.
So like it's great that it's great that in the Indonesian Solidarity Party there is people that are more focused on the greater the bigger picture of things, like climate change. But you say that this is the consequences of climate change. You have rain that is like 5 minutes and then suddenly it's fucking flooding everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. And you focus on the more like smaller details of it.
Because
Yeah.
the little things that we can actually change first, it matters.
Yeah.
For instance, like I always told them, like, your environment is the indication of your quality of life. Like now in Jakarta we have like pollution, right? Like we have any problems, like a lot of like ISPA, right? People are having lung problems because of
Yeah,
that.
man. To be honest, I had like lung problems because of the shit condition of this city, right, back then. And I realized, yeah, maybe I should start picking a candidate who is all for environment, man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you need to see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, because you need to have like clean access water, soil, and even air.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can actually get instantly. That's why now you have like carbon trading and
Yeah.
whatnot. But I don't want to get into details
Yeah.
because it's too technical.
Yeah,
but
it's too technical,
yeah,
that's right.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, to simplify it, the quality of life. When I was little, I could actually find little fishes in the sewage.
You used to fish? Where do you fish?
Like using like like a plastic glass to actually take the little guppy fish from the
Guppy?
sewage,
They're called guppy fishes?
Yeah, like the small one.
The small ones are called guppy fish?
Yeah,
I learn new things every day.
yeah, and then I can still went to the river and
Yeah.
get some small crabs when I was little, and then I went to like the park with my friend. I could still play ball with them, finding grasshoppers.
Yeah.
But now, I don't think you can do it.
I think you just find manure and
Exactly.
fucking dust everywhere.
Even I still had
Yeah.
a chance to actually swim in Ancol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
back then
you
when water was
will
clean.
get like rashes. And
Oh Lord, man.
so that's
that is
the
disgusting.
indication of quality of life, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man.
Because I've been helping my mother as well in Citarum Harum. Like there's a lot of people there that have a lot of problems because of the river there. The water quality is so bad. It used to have like thousands of flora and fauna, but now it's better though. But it used to be the world's dirtiest river. It's only one type of species that live there, and it's
Well,
like
dirtiest river.
yeah.
It's not the Gangas. So this is worse than
Exactly,
the Gangas.
man.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine?
God, man.
Because-
Jesus.
Because in the area there's a lot of factories and just dump the waste
Oh
of
my
chemical
Lord.
waste into the river without any treatment.
Yeah, man. Once you go there, you suddenly grow a tentacle.
Exactly. And what's very heartbroken is that
Uh-huh.
the people living there, it's sad. Their quality of life is degrading, their health. Because like the little children there, especially the women, they use the water to actually clean themselves, right?
Yeah, to clean themselves.
So
but they're-
the private have problems because of that,
Oh.
because it's unsanitary.
That's nasty.
Exactly, and they don't care. Like the people, or even like the how to say it, the government around it, they don't really care. If they care, why would they let the factory actually dump it to the river right away
Yeah, man.
without any treatment?
Yeah, man.
Without the consequences, without thinking the consequences to like the area.
This is like definitely a case of like, yeah, these are acceptable losses because we want to maximize profit. Yeah, that's the deal with Indonesia. You know, we achieve greatness, but then there's a lot of things that we sacrifice, and sometimes what we sacrifice isn't, you know, it's not that worth it. It's not that worth it to achieve. You know, those sacrifices are in the end are in vain.
Yeah, I mean, like doing politics makes me think as well. Like I've been helping BPBD Magelang for like 5 years on disaster mitigation. Like there's 3 types, right? Prevention, recurring, and restoration. I'm in the restoration.
Oh, restoration.
Yeah. So when it happened, I do the restoration rather than using like man-made to actually restore landslide. I use bioengineering, so to speak. So I use plants to actually restore them, and it's not actually a difficult task, to be honest, because it's all about socializing to the people. Like we give them, we have the name. It's like vetiver system. So what it does is actually vetiver is like a grass. So what it does, it's actually gonna go down to the soil and retain the soil and make it stronger. It's like the roots will become like steel, so to speak. So it's gonna hold the soil, so the soil won't actually be able to move. Like it won't happen another landslide, you know. And then we socialize that, like we socialize it to the people because this is for your own good. Because more than 200 people died in Magelang because of landslide, and they should understand because they live below a cliff.
Yeah.
So their houses, it's below the cliff. So when this landslide happened, like 5 people died, 1 house died.
Yeah, people need to understand what is causing them issues.
Exactly. And when it comes to like hills like that, and even mountains, they need to be, the vegetation there need to be like a forest, because it needs a lot of roots to actually cut and make the soil fertile and strong. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So what they do, they actually change it into farming, like potatoes, like onions, and they do it because of welfare.
No, it's illegal.
Illegal because that's the soil of conservative land. It's supposed to be conservative.
Conservation.
Sorry, conservation. It's supposed to be a conservation land, so you can't actually take anything from it and not actually farm anything on it.
Yeah.
So
you can't do that.
Exactly, but that's what they did because they needed the money.
Yeah, man.
Welfare.
Yeah, man.
And then after we actually socialize it and we told them how to actually plant it, and we did like monitor evaluation every 6 months of the project of what we did, and like 70% of the places that we actually socialize and plant, they change it again into potatoes or onions.
So like it's the issue is like you already told them shit, and yet they still do the shit that you guys told them not to do.
It's for like conservation, and then it's gonna save your life, but hey, I need money.
Yeah, they need money, man.
What am I gonna eat tomorrow?
Yeah, Indonesia is pretty much like a it's pretty much like a, you know, it's a survival server in Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I had that experience. So when actually talking, like in my dapil, like, I understand how to actually react to it. Because it's not easy for them to actually change or
it's not easy because it directly involves their mata pencaharian, their income.
That's all they think about nowadays.
And that's a challenge to get their, you know, to change their minds when it involves their income.
And I think some part it's not their job to think the bigger picture.
Do you understand? They're not obliged to do so.
If we want to be a councillor, if we want to be in the parliament, that's our job.
That's your job.
To make them, their welfare better. Like they don't need to think about welfare that much, gitu.
I get it now.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, like, you know, the common people, they just think about their basic needs, you know, from day to day, and they don't want to think about, you know, where Indonesia is heading, the laws and shit. They just want things done because they want to live a simple life, but for people like you guys need to think about the bigger picture. Now, I guess this is the time where we should segue to the topic of ideology, because I like to ask these questions to the calegs that come, even though caleg yang baru datang cuma satu doang. But the official ideology of PSI, right? Social democracy. Does it resonate with you, social democracy?
In a sense, yes.
Would you consider yourself a social democrat, or where do you align yourself in politics?
Well, I think it's just, how do I put this? It's more to matter of priorities, in my opinion.
Priorities?
Yeah.
So you would say you're a centrist?
Not exactly. It's just, it's making what is going on now even better. Like, there's a lot of things that is going on now, like in the system, that is not actually pretty efficient, and it's not actually pretty good for the people and for like the industry, so to speak. So in my opinion, like social democracy, it's more to like which kind of area that we actually need to actually focus on. What can we do to actually make it more efficient, more better, like for the people? It's like if you're having a problem in that area, you need to focus on that, not actually getting more fatter, like in that area that is how do you say it, like capitalism, like it needs to be. I like to think more to now. I think, how do I actually explain this? Yeah, because it's very semantic when you talk about social democracy, because nowadays it's pretty vague, so to speak. But what I'm trying to say is the value now that we have, it's more to like, okay, now we have this kind of problem now, like let's say budgeting.
Yeah.
The budgeting now is very not transparent. It's not actually used how it's supposed to be. So for me, I think it's better to actually be transparent for it and use the budgeting in a manner that is better for that area or for the constituent. I think social democracy for me, it's more a matter of priorities. It's in between. I like to see it more into socialism, I suppose.
Socialism?
Like, not in a sense, not into that area, but more into...
Scratches the surface of socialism.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, the parliament have control. Like I said, it's not the people's job to understand the bigger picture, but it's the parliament job to actually make them feel secure on whatever policy or decision that they make for their welfare. But now I think we're not there yet. There's still a lot of shady budgeting. There's no transparency. There's a lot of project that we don't actually see, and we don't actually see the results.
Yeah.
So what I mean by social democracy is like, if you have a problem, like focus on that and just finish it, and then it will have betterment to that how do you say area or constituent.
I see. So bring the government more into accountability for their actions.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess we need a lot of that. But you're a newbie in politics, right? So obviously you don't really have any particular biases towards different parties because you just see them for what they are. If it's not PSI, where would you join?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because from any of the political party, I don't have any resonation in the value that they have.
I see.
Because like I said, I joined politics because I actually wanted to do good.
Okay.
So it needs to resonate with me.
I see. I wanted to say, I wanted to joke about Partai Umat.
What about it?
Because like it's the same as PSI, tapi kan PSI kan dibilang partai SJ. PSI is they say PSI is like the SJW party, right? But Partai Umat is also SJW, but they're Muslim SJW.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. I don't know if this is gonna make it to the final cut, but I'm having fun with this, gitu loh. So you know, if like say Partai Umat has the same value as you, would you join Partai Umat? Gitu?
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, we don't have the same value. I don't think we can though.
Okay, I see. Well, final question. This is just a closing question, right? So, do you like anime?
I do actually. Yeah.
Okay, what sort of anime do you watch? What was the last anime you watched?
The last anime I watched, I think it was on Netflix. I don't think it's an anime though. I did watch Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Okay.
And I think that's an animation. But anime, I think the last one that I saw is, I think it was One Piece.
Oh, One Piece. Yeah. They wanted to finally find the One Piece out of a
Exactly.
million pieces.
Man,
Yeah.
that manga haven't finished since I was in elementary. It's crazy.
That manga started when I was born and it hasn't finished yet all the way until now. And I doubt it will finish in a short time, even though Eiichiro Oda said that it will finish in just 2 years.
I mean, Eiichiro Oda, I mean, that guy is brilliant.
Yeah, that guy is a genius, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I hope he runs in politics.
Yeah, man, because the way he unraveled the world is crazy.
Yeah,
like
it's
the way
crazy,
he
man.
plotted
Yeah.
it's more than 30 years. He
Yeah.
unraveled the world like brilliantly, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
man. It's so brilliant, man. This guy has a propensity for world building. He should get into politics.
Yeah, I think it would be amazing.
I,
He would be like the puppet master.
he would be the visionary, man. He would bring Japan to a new age.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So I guess we are in the penghujung acara. What is it in English? The end of the show. Yeah. Let's give you here an opportunity for a move. Is there like any questions you would like to ask me about, in response to what you say, or do you have no questions? We should just end things here.
I do have a question.
Oh yeah, sure.
What do you do? What you do?
What do I do for work?
No, why do you do what you do?
What do I do about what I do?
Exactly.
Well, you see, bro, I am the embodiment of all that is good and bad about Indonesian politics, its policy, and the government. That's why I wear a PSL, man. PSL, you know? Pakaian sipil lengkap.
I see.
Yeah, man.
So that's the get up.
So this is the getup, but because I'm an elitist, I'm elitist and classist as right? I'm never gonna go down the gutter. So I wear a vest to highlight how
fancy you are.
How not how fancy I am, but how elite I am. Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
fancy.
Yeah, man. This guy gets it. By the way, we got Bambino here inside the studio. Come here. Get yourself in the camera. Get yourself in the frame. Yeah. See, we got the big guy right here. See, he's got the big guy. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much, big guy. So yeah.
He dressed like a Pas Pampres, by the way.
I dress like a Pas Pampres?
Yep.
No way, man. Pas Pampres doesn't dress like me. They're half as classy as me. But yeah, man. I represent everything that is good and bad, mostly bad, about Indonesian politics, government, and policy. I think I would make a good fit as Wali Kota Jaksel, don't you think? Would you support me if I'm a Wali Kota Jaksel, man?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. What
Why-
can you do to persuade me though?
What can I do to persuade
Exactly.
you? Okay.
Well, every runners need to have an oration to their voters, right?
Okay.
Try to pitch me something.
Okay. Here's what I want to pitch you, right? Right. This is what I want to pitch you as the Wali Kota Jaksel, man. That's
Anjay. Ngeri banget lo.
Mayor.
Mayor of Jaksel, man.
Mayor so anak Jaksel lo, which is lo.
Witches, iya lah. Gua harus witches lah. Witches is already like part of my. It's like a staple, It's like how Japanese people say "des" at the end of each sentence. That's me. That's me with witches, But anyways, I feel like I would make a good fit as Wali Kota Jaksel. One, because I'm Gen Z, I'm a Zoomer, right? And I'm one of the Zoomers that understands politics. And I'm a Zoomer that probably works around politics. But we will keep that a secret. I know the problems of Zoomers these days. I know their problems is the fact that they can't get a girlfriend or boyfriend these days because they're too busy playing games or getting exploited by their bosses that doesn't seem to humanize them, you know. You know, as a Wali Kota Jaksel, hear me out right here. As a nggak bisa ini mic-nya harus dibawa-bawa gitu loh.
Take it up with you.
Okay. As a Wali Kota Jaksel,
Sell it to the people.
I am going to host speed dates in the mayor office. Yeah, speed dates, so that we would prevent the problem of depopulation. Yeah, man, our economy right now is hard. The economy is hard, and because the economy is hard and people are getting smarter, they don't want to marry. So how do we get them to marry? Well, we make policies that makes them want to marry, you know.
Whoa, yo.
Yeah.
My God, this guy.
That's ta'aruf. Not very Jaksel, man.
What the
Just saying.
I'm not saying ta'aruf, man. I'm not saying ta'aruf, man. I'm saying that we should make things easy for couples that wants to get married.
Your priorities is actually getting the single person,
Oh, that's
like a partner or even marriage. Then
that's one of my priorities, brother.
really, that's
the
your
next-
priority as a
yeah.
mayor. That is your first priority.
Yeah, the next.
What about people that already have a couple
that already have a
or
couple? Yeah.
marriage already?
Or marriage? Well,
Exactly.
if they marry, if people are already married, if couples are already married, then that means they are secured financially. They are very confident in doing
Are
so.
you sure?
I am very
That's
sure.
pretty biased in my opinion.
Oh man, I have done my research, man. 9 out of wait,
Why do you stop? Why are you stopping?
9 out of 10 couples, you know, they marry because they're financially secure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, until you know they don't work properly and then they get divorced or they end up in Jakarta or folk shit, you know, in kasus-kasus gitu. Mereka jadi headline di kasus-kasus itu kan. Yeah, so when people get married, that means they're kind of financially secure until they're not. And our job is to keep them financially secure. And to do that is to keep on opening jobs everywhere. Yeah, man.
Inspiring.
It's inspiring me to kill myself.
Well, looks like, you know, I'm returning people to God. I guess so.
Okay. Wrap it up.
Yeah. I guess we should wrap this up, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I like seeing you talk.
Oh,
Hear
wow.
you talk.
Okay, what other questions do you want to ask me?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, then. You said you love hearing me talk. Okay. We'll talk more after this. All right, guys. Looks like we are at the end of
No,
our
why
show.
don't you ask your viewers first?
Uh-huh.
With what you pitch me, would they actually pick you as a mayor or not?
Oh, yes.
I think that would be a good catch.
Wait, let me look dignified. Okay, there you go. Vote for me. Wait. Let me think of. Give me some. How do you do this? How do you campaign? I can't even do this. How do you come up with words on top of your head, man?
Like I said, it
Yeah.
needs to be impromptu.
Okay,
My fellow Indonesians.
my fellow Indonesians, vote for me for a prosperous marriage life. Vote for me for a cheap marriage, and vote for me so you won't have to die alone. Good night, my fellow Indonesians. I think I did a great job, didn't I?
What matters is what you think about yourself.
Of course, yeah. What matters is what I think about myself. And I think I'm pretty cool.
This guy.
Anyways, looks like we gotta wrap things up, you know. Looks like our cameramen are already getting tired and sick of, you know, seeing my ego just covering the entire screen. So anyways, let's wrap this up so our cameraman can go to sleep and go to work tomorrow, even though tomorrow is a tanggal merah. So anyways, I really appreciate you coming today here.
Thank you.
Kevin Ibrahim Suryo.
Yeah.
Why don't you have Huta Barat in your name, by the way?
Because my father is Javanese.
Oh, I see. But if you go to Medan, you'd be Huta Barat.
No.
Oh.
Because Batak is patrilineal, right?
Oh yeah,
So
patrilineal.
it has to come from the father.
I see.
So the Batak side is from my mother, so I didn't get the mother.
You're right.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's
so much for mayor.
Yeah, I guess so. That's why I didn't get the name Harahap as well. I'm actually kind of Batak, you know.
You don't look Batak at
Yeah,
all, though.
I'm like a mixing pot, you know. I'm like Indonesia everything inside except the eastern parts. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have every bit of Indonesian ethnic though?
Except the eastern parts, I think.
I see.
Yeah, pretty much. Fun fact about Buzzer from the Based Indonesian show. More for the lore. Anyways, once again, thank you very much for coming, Kevin.
And thank you for the
Ibrahim Suryo.
invitation as well.
Yeah, and there you have it, guys. You got stuff coming from this guy. Don't forget to vote my personal friend. This guy's my buddy, man. And I love him so much, man.
If any
Yeah.
of you guys are living in Depok or Bekasi, vote for me.
Yeah, man. Vote for this guy, bro. Vote for a better waste management in Indonesia. Actually, in Bekasi. Woo! In Jawa Barat, yeah? Yeah, in Jawa Barat.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching the Based Indonesian Talks, and we will come back to you in a later date with another guest, preferably somebody from politics or maybe somebody from, somebody who's famous in social media. But that's it for tonight. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you guys later.
Subscribe to the Based Indonesian Show. Dijamin halal